What's going on, guys? I'm Ian and welcome back to Club Salty Water. We are putting together this 120-gallon reef tank build, and in the last couple videos we had gotten the foam underneath the tank and down in the sump, gotten the 40-gallon drained, torn apart, all the equipment is scattered all over the place, and we got the sump from that tucked down below, which we're going to take a look at in just a second. But today the rest of my plumbing is coming in, and with that means that we're actually going to plumb this tank today. Hopefully 100%, we're just going to have to see how it goes. But that's going to be what's going to be what this video is about. We're going to start with the drain lines, and because my order has not actually dropped off yet, it could be as late as 4 o'clock today, and I really need to get as much of this done as early as I can, because my anticipation is to have it plumbed and get the tank slid back and get it start filling up, so by tomorrow I can mix the salt into the water and start the aquascape and get the tank cycling. We're almost there. I feel like by the weekend they will be filled, aquascaped, have the sand in there, and we will be able to put the additives in to get the cycle jump started. So that's all really exciting, but I'm kind of rambling right now, so we're going to go ahead and jump down into this, and we'll see where I get today, alright? Let's go. Okay, so just a real quick overview of where we're at right now. I've got the sump in here as so, where the I've got my return lines are going to come down and drain into this first compartment over here. If you've seen my videos of the 40, you've seen how this sump was set up. It's going to be set up the same way. It's just underneath the canopy now, which is awesome. So drain there. This is going to be my refugium for now. We're going to contemplate doing some other stuff. Skimmer compartment is going to be right here, and then the return chamber is right there, where I'll be fed up to my 2 return lines up in the tank, there and over there, and then there will be a manifold that comes off as well for my 2 reactors. Now I did clean those out, rinse them off and everything, so there's no water in there or anything, but as soon as I get the tank running again, that'll work. I left the old carbon media in there because that will have some biological activity on it. Not much, but any little bit is going to help. And also any initial impurities that I have will be soaked up from that. And then as soon as the cycle is over, I'll actually start using fresh carbon. I have a whole bunch more of it. So that's where we're at with that. So yeah, first thing I'm going to do is get these drain lines in. I'll bring you back and show you where I'm at after that. Alright, so quick little update is I got all of the plumbing for the first of my drain lines. Only took me about 25 minutes to 20 to 45 minutes to get this done, but the way it works is this will be right at the edge, and I'll show you when it all is in, and that will be like that. So fits really nice. It's nice and snug. I don't have to brace it or anything. I still have to glue in this one and the standpipe that goes, or not the standpipe, but the drain pipe that actually goes down to make the full siphon. Other than that, this edge is put together. As you can see, my my PVC gluing technique is not that great. I make a mess of everything, but it's coming along really well. After I get that glued in, I'll start on the primary drain line, which uses this higher quality gate valve, and this will be sitting next to it and have a line that runs parallel to this one, and this will be the one that I actually build my full siphon on. This is just in my emergency. I have the gate valve on there just in case I have to disconnect it for whatever reason, and I can shut it off. So that's that. I will show you here in just a second what it looks like all put together. I'm still waiting on the packages for the return lines, but hopefully those will be here in the next hour or so. It's still early in the day, so I have more than enough time to get this done. Fingers crossed, I'll start filling this up here in the next 3-4 hours, which is really, really exciting. So yeah, let's see what else I can't get done. Alright, so I'm still waiting on the package. It's been about a total of about 4 hours now since I started the plumbing, and I've got all the drain lines plumbed, so let's show you that real quick. Alright, so we got the 1-inch unions, 45s, 2 more unions, and then it goes underneath. Underneath, you can see my 2 gate valves. This one is my emergency, the top one, and that one right there is the primary. And then they both travel into there, where they will make a complete siphon, overflow into the filter stock chamber, refugium, skimmer, which I have to build a new stand for my skimmer, but that one works for now. Then into my return pump area. My return pump will be hard fitted. I've got this already threaded on. This doesn't need anything special for it, just because it's going to be underwater. Everything else will be glued. So I have the 1-inch to 3/4 inch adapter here that will be glued in. Union right after that, so I can disconnect and service the pump easily. From there, it's going to come up from right here, and then up to the top here, where I'm going to have a T. I will have a union in between. The T will spread off. Union on either side. Union will be on either side, along with a CPEX. Well, the union that up here is going to be a CPEX true union ball valve on either side. So that's tentatively what the plan is. I'm just waiting for the rest of my for that order to come in. Other than that, it's a absolute disaster in my apartment. There's glue and shavings and everything all over the place. I did get my power strips mounted. I've got one in there that's mounted. Doesn't need to be on right now, but it's mounted right there. That'll be my primary for all the stuff inside and stuff. And then I have one mounted on the back here. This will be for anything like my pumps inside the tank, along with the lights. And between those two, I'll have more than enough. I do have to get a small extension for my sump light, because the cord is very short, and in a oversight I put my power strips too far away. But where the power strips are located at the moment, they're there so they can they'll be dry, and I have the least amount of worry about getting water on them. Plus, it leaves a lot of room for cable management. Most of the cables will be tucked behind the tank, just because that keeps them out of the way and keep them from being seen. Things left to do as far as the equipment wise that will be in there for all the pumps and everything. I do need to get some Velcro, double-sided, or some Velcro tape that I can put on the inside of the tank to actually mount them. I'm thinking for most of my controllers, I'm going to have them mounted on the front here, just because I don't need to see what's going on in there necessarily, and that'll be easy for me to control them. As far as my reactor, that's already been up there. You've seen that. This is a manifold that I use from the old tank. I used to have one pump that ran through this, and then out the other end into the tank, into the return line. Because I have this pump is 1,600 gallons an hour, so that'll be enough to rotate the water 10 times. after head pressure and travel distance through a pipe for the tank, so I'm using that one solely for the return. And then I have a smaller variation of it that's about 1,000 gallons per hour that I'll be running through the manifold. It is a controllable pump, so it is going to be turned way down, obviously, because I don't need that much flow, and then fine-tuning on the manifold with the ball valves. I do need a cap for this end. That's the last thing that I have to do. But if the package gets here in a timely manner, I can foreseeably see this tank starting to get filled tonight, which is awesome. And actually, with the drain lines already plumbed, if I could get the tank up against the wall and still be able to plumb, I would be able to go ahead and start filling it. But as you can see, I've got, 2 feet from the wall to the tank for where I needed to stand and work, and I can't push the tank back until I get all the plumbing done. So fingers crossed this shipment gets here soon, because I'm getting tired and I don't want to be doing this all night. I might just, if it doesn't get here soon, I might just put it up and finish this up tomorrow. Not the end of the world, but we're just going to kind of wait and see. The other reason I can't start filling until that tank, or until that shipment gets here, is because of my RO units. I have my RO in my laundry room in here. It's hardwired in, or plugged in to my actual washer outlet, so it's got a constant feed. But I haven't ever changed my membranes out. They're probably about 4 years old. I'm still getting good pressure through them, so I'm not too worried about them, but I figured since I was making the order, go ahead and replace it. I got a bunch of new sediment filters, new carbon filter, and I already have a ton of deionizing resin. I'm just not sure where they're at. Oh yeah, this is all the equipment that came out of the tank initially. So many things that have to be cleaned. And of course, all this stuff over here is just crazy. I got a ton of sand, extra tank, all this stuff. Hopefully we'll kind of get an idea of where those are going to be used here shortly. That or shipped off and out of my way, because I don't have a ton of space. And yeah. So as far as this video goes though, I am pretty certain that I'm out of time. I don't want to keep these real long. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and break this video here. This will be part 1 of plumbing, and we will pick up with part 2 right after this video. So it just depends whether or not I get that shipment in, if it gets recorded today or not. But I'm looking more like no. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Throw your comments down below if you have any ideas, any suggestions, or any questions. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't. Turn notifications on if you want the earliest notification of when I'm posting videos. And of course, as always, have a great day, and I will see you next time. Take it easy.